Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Free the Mind UK. I chat with a therapist. My name is David Carson, and we've had a few technical issues tonight, and it was all my fault because I didn't have my microphone plugged in properly. So there you go. You live and learn. Anyway, we've got a fantastic guest tonight in the way of Helius Andreas. I love saying it like that. Such a cool name. And Helius is an angelic Reiki healer, amongst other things. And I'm sure he'll be talking about the other things he does as well. So before I introduce Helius, we are going to play the intro video. Here we go.
Not sure what therapy to choose? Free the Mind UK presents A Chat with a Therapist. Join us live for an up-close informal discussion of the various holistic therapies available, helping you make that important choice.
Helius! Caught you off guard, my friend. Caught you off guard. Welcome, Helius. I'm so sorry. It was Helius was going through everything on his microphone and all his settings, and it was me all the time. I didn't have my microphone plugged in properly.
Bad boy.
Check it. So it's one of those things. It is what it is, and it's all good. And we're live now. And we've got 4 people watching. Welcome to those that are watching. My goodness, it took us a bit of time. We're running 30 minutes late on the live, but it doesn't matter. It's all good. So Helius, welcome. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you.
And yeah, it's really good to have you on. And it's customary to start with asking about your background, how you sort of came to be doing what you're doing today. If you're happy to sort of give us an overview, I'm sure it'd be interesting for people. They always like to, see the journey of then to now. So fire away, my friend.
It's a very interesting journey. I will put all your feet up, people.
Hey! I did say an overview, Helius.
If anybody got any questions as well, as I go along, let me know and I can answer the questions as I go along as well. So that's absolutely fine. Okay. How I got into this was quite weird. I mean, it was kind of weird at the time, but not quite weird. It's simple, really. As you were sitting down watching TV, as you do, having your dinner, and then channel hopping, and then all of a sudden this guy on TV was doing readings in a live studio, and coming from a background of a total non-believer, absolutely non-believer. And then the words came out of my mouth was basically, "Oh, I could do that." And I was like, why did I just say that? Why did I say that? And then obviously it got quite interesting. And then at the end of the show, he obviously introduced his brand new book, which had things like meditation and, grounding and things like that, how to develop spiritually and obviously connecting with your spiritual guides. So I thought, I'm going to buy it. And, this, again, a complete skeptic, I'm the kind of person that I have to experience it. I have to see it with my physical eyes. I have to literally, go into it and then I'll make a decision about it. But so anyway, all of the book, that book came along. Okay, it's very interesting now, very interesting. So, started reading the book. Obviously, it goes through the history of the medium, his background and so on and so forth. Can I mention who it was? Or
of course you can, yeah.
Guy, we all know him, Derek Okora. He's no longer with us.
He's a Liverpudlian.
Yeah.
Like myself.
He's very good. I met him, man. He is good. He did get a lot of slack, didn't he? But he is genuine.
I think he was on the ghost hunting program, wasn't he?
He was on Most Haunted. He was the first medium to be Most Haunted.
Yeah, go on. I don't want to interrupt your flow. Go on.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm used to being interrupted. And yeah, it was just like one afternoon, because at the time I was working self-employed as a fitness teacher. So all I was doing was a couple of hours in the morning and the evening, and had that great big afternoon, free. So I was just had my lunch, reading his book, and I thought, oh, here we go. It's like a little meditation here. I thought, yeah, go on, I'll give it a go, So I kind of read it all, tried to memorize it, and no music, nothing at all. But okay, so I sat down, shut my eyes, did what it said, and I thought, okay. What just happened there? And I felt something come really. Do you know when you get when someone's peering over your shoulder, someone's there?
Oh, yeah.
It was that thing, and I had my eyes shut, and I was so petrified to open my eyes. And this was in broad daylight.
Wow.
So I thought, okay, no. I just thought I'll relax. I'll just keep breathing. And I remember all the grounding exercises, the roots underneath your feet and so forth. And I opened my eyes, and I basically pooed myself. It's been quite easy, but it's like, whoa. Yeah. And then I thought, oh, okay. This was I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Then out of the weird blue, one of my friends said, oh, there's a mind, body, spirit event on the Sunday, on that week on the Sunday. So, you just go, do you want to go? So I thought, yeah, okay. So, I went with open eyes and whatever. And as soon as you walked into the front door, there's like this massive table, like with loads of people's flyers, business cards, and that lot.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just felt drawn to picking one. So I just picked one. Out of all the ones which were on the table, it was a huge, massive table. Picked one, took it, obviously just, went around the crystals as you do. Went home, read it, contacted the person, and said, do you do development classes? She goes, yes, we do. So I joined a week after that. Wow. And my development, because I started off by doing psychic / mediumship. The healing came kind of afterwards. So I did, all the courses. I did like a 6 weeks course, and I developed very, very fast. Within the 7.5 week, 8 week mark, I was doing full-on mediumship readings, and it was absolutely crazy. And the way I was doing the mediumship, I was doing it online in a chat room, and we're talking like 20 years ago-ish. Just a while ago. I didn't know who I was talking to. I didn't know what part of the world they're in. I didn't know any kind of background, and it just kind of worked for me. It just kind of sort of worked, because I find it quite distracting when you're looking at someone and you're trying to get the link. Because it's like you, I want to do is I want to talk to you, without sort of linking in and getting things in. But you'll have a ways of how we work.
Of course.
So then obviously after that, she said, oh, we got like this Reiki healing course going. Would you like to do it? So I thought, I don't know what Reiki healing was. I had no idea. I was that naive. I thought, yeah, okay, I'll do it. I thought, great. So I went in there, and that was an eye opener. And when I did my Reiki 1, obviously your channels, they just open. So I had a lot of clear out, as you know, because you done Reiki 1, 2, whatever, And the first one you do obviously gets all rid of all the,
all the rubbish
stuff.
The
nasty little black stuff. So it gets rid of that. So that was hard, because I was told what could happen, and that got quite emotional. That was quite difficult, because I had a lot of stuff built up over the years. And then also I kept going with that. That was, I think that's like a 2-month course, 8 weeks course, and it was great. So I did number 2 a year and a half after that, and then I did number 3 about a year after that. And then so that's when I did a little bit of healing, but I never done it professionally. Just on
friends and family.
As you do, because I was still working at the time as well in the fitness industry. I was quite happy doing that, and just quite happy coming home and doing the free readings online, because I was helping people. That is what I'm here for. That is my journey. It's just to help people. And then I had a massive gap in between. about 5 years-ish sort of gap. And the way the Angelic Reiki came in was very interesting. I had a full-time job for 2 years, and this was obviously the second year when I got the boot. Nasty little people, no. People. No, they actually done me quite a good favour, actually.
There's always good in those sort of things somewhere if you can find it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, because that's what people don't understand. When bad things happen, there's always a reason. You just got to find what the reason is.
It's difficult in the moment sometimes, but you
absolutely, know. Yeah. I mean, I got the boot just the end of November, so we were heading towards Christmas. So that kind of like was eek, you know. But you know, when you look back, you think they done me a favour, because I was unhappy. Then we had obviously the COVID, and then I was just scrolling around on the internet, you know, as you do. And I can't remember where I found this Angelic Reiki healing, but something popped up. I can't even remember when, but I remember looking on the internet, something popped up. I read it. I got a book. I read the book. And this was the first year of the lockdown. I think was it March sometimes? I can't remember what it was.
March.
But it was on about that time. And I thought, okay, this is interesting. Again, completely skeptical. I don't believe in, you know, like the afterlife or things like the angels. I mean, seriously now, angels with wings. I was like, really? You know, that's the way I am. I mean, I'm very, the way I work as well and the way I talk, I'm very simple. You know, people complicate things, and it's not complicated. It is not. It's very, very simple, and keep it simple.
Exactly.
That's what you got to do. Just keep it simple. And I thought, okay, I just felt the urge to find more information. So I just went with my gut instincts. And then again, some just popped up on the internet about doing a diploma in Angelic Reiki. So I thought, yeah, cool, I better go. You know, it's lockdown. You know, what can you do? So I was like, I might as well do something. Yeah. So I just did a little bit of that, and it kind of just progressed from there. But ever since I done the attunement, because it's very much like Reiki, you know, you sit in a group, you do the attunement, but it's over a longer period of time.
Okay.
Than the Reiki one.
Is there actually symbols? Do they do the symbols over you like you do with the... Okay.
Exactly, yeah. So it's not, I mean, there's two ways of actually working with the archangels, all the angels, because we all have them anyway.
Yeah.
Is obviously, you know, just do your daily meditation, ask them to step forward, and just keep asking and just keep working with them. You can do it that way. If you the way that I did it when you do it just like a Reiki course, and you actually tuned to the 7 of the archangels, and they got different symbols. So you're kind of like more connected. If that makes sense.
More tuned in, like a TV set. You know,
absolutely. It's like you flick on the switch, and there you go.
Wow.
And there you go. Yeah. And then ever since then, it's just like, okay, they exist.
Wow.
They exist. But I don't know if anybody's watching, and I'm probably going to upset quite a few people. So I'm sorry if I do. You know, they all have angels with wings.
Yeah.
Right. Do they have wings? No, they don't have wings. They don't. It's a man-made thing.
Construct. Yeah.
So it's lovely. I mean, obviously, if you believe in angels and they have wings, they will come to you
like the way you think.
Like that. When people see feathers, it's because obviously their belief system says angels, archangels have wings, so they come with you with little feathers. Wow. With me, I've never had feathers.
Wow.
Because I know.
I love your story so far. It's amazing because I've met quite a lot of people, Helius, that have had no interest in a particular, you know, to do with spiritualism or like, you know, mediumship, whatever. And it's just come to them. Obviously, you know, they wanted to work with you, and they've sort of guided you in a way, maybe, you know, with your intuition, getting you to think, oh, do you know, I'm going to give that a go and stuff. And fascinating. I think it's amazing. Like, really, really, really love that sort of stuff.
It is. And I find this is what people, because the people that come to me are the people who have actually had similarities or bang on things that I've had to deal with in the past as well.
Yeah.
And I never understood why have I had such a difficult life. And I'm talking like from a very young child, even up to now. But then I've only recently, to be honest with you, sort of realized why. And I said, look, you don't have to tell me why, because if you don't, then I will stop doing this. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, and
you've got
and
every right to say that as well,
Yeah. I mean, it's like when you work with the archangels and your guides, it's slightly different. With your guides, especially with my guide, he will just tell you. You don't have to ask.
How do you get the information, Helius? Do you get it via like telepathic information? Do you hear a voice, or do you just feel it? Or
I've got the whole lot.
Really?
I see them, I feel them, I hear them, I get the smells, I get the taste as well.
Wow. Can I ask you something? So, like, someone like myself, I like to. I mean, we're all spiritual beings in essence.
Yeah.
We're all beautiful manifestations of life, and it's something that's really always interested me. I've always had an interest in getting involved in that side of things.
Okay.
And I've had some experiences in my life where I've heard voices in my head telling me stuff, but only like twice in my life. And I'm thinking, why am I not hearing it now? Why not? And it's so for someone that is interested in it, can they go to a development group and develop it? Can it be developed in all of us? I'm asking, or is it like, chosen people that can only do it?
Sorry, do you mean develop what exactly?
Develop psychic ability, to be able to connect with angels or spirit or whatever.
It's a good question. Everybody says we're all, when we are born, we're all developed with a psychic ability.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what level, we're all born with it. But then obviously, as we get older, probably our parents or, the environment that we go to, the people that we hang around with, we just end up closing down like this. And people said, if that didn't happen, then we will all be doing this. Personally, from my experience and from my knowledge, the amount of years that I've been working with spirit, which is over 22 years, that's not the case. The case is, yes, we are all born with psychic abilities. Some of us lose it. Some of us, it's still there. And the people who have experiences after experiences through childhood right up to puberty are the ones that can develop it at a stage when they wanted to develop it, but they got
that's me then, Helius. Fantastic. That's good news.
Yeah, you can, but then at some point, probably about 16, 17, it probably will drift off. You can have this little middle section where it kind of drift off. Yeah. And then if it's your path, if it's your journey, if it's in your what we call the soul contract that you signed before you incarnate into the physical body of yours, if it's on there, then spirit will send you little signals, little hint, little nudges, and it will just keep coming until you get the message. But then obviously it's up to you to say, oh, hang on a minute, that keeps happening. Then you have to act on it. You've got to take action on the little subtle hints that spirit give you. And that's how you get to your destination.
Okay.
But yes, you can develop it.
I had an experience about 20 years ago, and I went, I won't go into detail too much, but I was with my girlfriend at the time, and she was chatting to some guy. And I heard a voice, it wasn't my voice, and it said to me, Dave, your relationship's finished. She's going to marry that guy and you're going to have kids. And I was like, oh my God. I was shocked, And on the drive home, I didn't mention anything to her, but I was convinced whatever was telling me that was telling me the truth. And you get, because it was like so like off the wall. And she actually left me within like a month and went to live with him and got married and had kids. So, like I said, and that was like a very clear voice, but I've only had it like 3 or 4 times in my life, maybe 2 or 3 times. So maybe there is a chance for me, Helius.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you're at the stage now where you don't need that. Spirit probably think you've got the connection. We'll give it to you another way, because some people can develop.
something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a lot of people, well, we all work with our gut instinct, which is what you just said, which is the intuition.
Yeah.
So if spirit think that you're working fine with the intuition, you don't need the clairaudient. You don't need to see, because your intuition is basically all of that, if that makes sense. It's really hard to explain unless you're actually in that moment of time. But yeah, we're all on different journeys. We're all different. We're all different.
I was going to ask you, Helius, you said you had a break for 5 years, buddy.
Yes.
A break. Was that like you had really not much to do with any psychic stuff or anything? It was like put on the shelf for 5 years?
Yeah, I had nothing at all. Without going into sort of personal details, you know, relationship breakdown. Yeah, one of those sort of things. And then I had to leave the property. And then after that, obviously, I had to leave such a massive sort of distance for where I was. I was kind of like, you know, I didn't know anybody, you know, I had to start again. So, so I had to I tried to keep applying for jobs after jobs after jobs. And a job that I eventually found within that 5 years was a care assistant. I didn't like it, but I liked it in a way because obviously you're making a difference. You know, that didn't last for very, very long. And then I thought, no, I think, I'm not happy, because I'm the kind of person that says, if you're really to the point where you're that unhappy with what you're doing, don't do it. You know, don't
get out of it. Get out of it.
Yeah, but then you got
the most important thing, isn't it?
Exactly, it is. But also, what the important thing is about what people keep saying to you, which is true. I totally agree. Is that, you know, you need money, you need an income coming in, you know. So
of course.
With me, I'm not like that, unfortunately. I tend to just like, that's it, I'm not happy, forget it, no, I've done it, you know.
I'm very similar, to be honest.
Yeah, it is quite difficult, because it kind of makes me cross in a way when people come back and say, you know, you've got a gift, you've got an ability, you shouldn't charge, it's God's gift. And I'm like,
you get that a lot.
You know, don't get me on that.
You gotta earn a living, man. You gotta earn a living. God.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably gonna set a few people here if they're online. But, you know,
no, to be fair,
it's like I say, I say, do you go to the petrol station and put petrol diesel in your car and walk away free of charge, or do you pay for it? Do you go to the supermarket and take things off the shelf and it's free of charge? No, you don't. You've got to pay for it. That is still a service. It doesn't matter what it is.
Of course.
You know, it doesn't matter what it is. But that was interesting. So and I came back to it.
I've been through a similar thing where I sort of left because I'm very interested. I was always interested in meditation. I went over to India and spent like 6 months in an ashram, and that was amazing, and all that sort of stuff, you know.
Wow.
So like I've always been quite deep, and I'd felt a connection, but there was a time where I just completely put it on the shelf for 10 years, never went back to it for 10 years. And it's only like the last 3 or 4 years. And that's when you said that, I related with what you said. That's why I wanted to ask you about it. Fascinating.
Just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. I don't know about you, but I found it when coming back from doing nothing. I know only 5 years is not a lot, but it is a lot when you don't do anything, this sort of stuff, because you got to meditate regularly, you got to link on a regular basis, otherwise the connection doesn't get very, very good.
I think that's where I falter a little bit with my meditation. I should do it more often. We all do it, as to some degree. We have got someone, you might know him, Adam Claxton. Great advice. Helius Andreas. I love saying that, by the way. Cool name. So is that someone you know, is it, Adam?
It is. Yes.
Yeah. Bless him.
Yes.
Well, thanks for watching, Adam. If you've got any more questions.
Cheers, Adam.
And if anyone, we have got a few people watching. Anyone's got any questions, put them in the question box, and we'll be able to see them, and I'll be able to share them with Helius. Yeah. I was gonna say to you, obviously I'm assuming it's similar to Reiki, except you're connecting with angels, and I don't say that sort of like that's the only difference,
No.
but like, does it work similar to Reiki, like on an emotional and a physical level? Do the angels communicate with you when you're doing your healing as you're doing it?
Yeah. I don't know how you would talk, but when we did the Reiki 1 and 2 and 3, we always taught not to give messages. So I don't know how you would talk, but that's how I was taught. But then let me tell you the difference. I mean, there is a difference. There's a difference, and that's before I start. Like, I am not mocking Reiki, first of all, because you have to do the Reiki 1, 2, 3 master teacher level before you can even do level 1 and 2 angelic. And the reason is behind that is because the angelic kingdom of light energy works on a higher vibration than the Reiki energy.
I see.
But that's why it's called Angelic Reiki, because it's combined. They kind of basically like they join forces with the energy of the Reiki.
It's interesting you say that, because I've always, it's only my truth, what I believe. It's like, you know, but I've always thought, you know, like, I always found it difficult to see that there was different strengths of healing. You know, I always thought it was quite universal, but they stamp Reiki, angelic healing, or whatever sort of healing, you know, and maybe suggest it's different. But my own personal thoughts was that, you know, possibly it is all the same energy, but it's probably not. And I'm on a thing there. I don't know. That's only what I thought. I'm not sure how I think about it now, but do you know what I mean?
I might be able to answer that one. Okay. This is my belief, but again, I mean, I only go on my experiences and what I'm told by the spirit world, and my guys don't lie. I might get it wrong, but they don't lie. I kind of get what you're saying. Kind of think what you're saying is like, okay, if we can just forget about the angelic side of things, let's just focus on normal Reiki, the traditional Reiki, and then after this traditional Reiki, you have all these people bringing out. Like, I don't know, gold Reiki or dragon Reiki or blah, 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 blah.
All sorts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, that's just my belief and what I think. In my personal opinion, after when I've done all this and had all those years of experiences, there's only 3 forms. I'm not sure if that's the right word. You've got the Reiki. You've got the spiritual healing. Which is identical to Reiki. It's on the same level.
Same vibration.
Absolutely. But then you've got the angelic level, and the angelic level kingdom, it is on a higher vibration.
I would imagine it would be, to be fair. I mean, when you talk about it, it feels like it just feels like a higher vibration thing. That's what my intuition's telling me now, actually. That
It is because if it wasn't, I wouldn't do it. It's as simple as that. I wouldn't do it. I'll stick to Reiki. Reiki is great because you can get a really, really good Reiki master teacher who won't be very good at, for whatever reasons, doing the angelic side. It's just whether, I said before, it's just whether you're on that path, where you're on that path. You know, we're all different. We're all different.
We are. Yeah, no, definitely. And with the angelic healing, do you actually hands on the body, or is it going into the energy field?
Okay, it's very similar to Reiki. It's going to be sort of Reiki. You put your hands in certain positions of the body. You've got to talk. The angelic Reiki healing, how I do it, is to connect. Is to I put my hands on the person's shoulders. When I feel the energy flow, then they tell me where I need to go, and wherever I need to go, I go to that place. But my hands are nowhere near the physical body. Again, it's that couple of inches away from the physical body.
I'm very similar to you.
You don't need to touch it. It depends. I mean,
I find it easier to connect with because I mean, the way I work is I don't even know how I work, to be honest. I really don't. I just go with the flow. I just do it. And like, I'll be hovering over the body, and then I'll feel this really weird sensation in my hands. It's like it'll be nice and smooth, and I go whoop, no, and I can actually feel it in my hands. So probably everyone experiences it differently, and I just then hover around there until that's proper smoothed out, and then I move on. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's telling me it's a disruption of energy that needs to be smoothed out. That's the only way I can describe it. If you see,
well, that's good. So I mean, what I'm saying, but we all have different journeys. We all do things different ways because we're individuals.
Of course.
Okay, I'm how can I put this? I'm going to upset some people tonight. It's ridiculous.
No, you're not upset.
We don't want him here again.
You're speaking your truth, and we're all
yeah. Okay.
Go on, what were you going to say?
There's a reason. I mean, I went to spiritual churches a couple of times, and you know, it didn't fit right with me. And one of the things that I didn't fit right with me is rules and regulations. You know, this is how you got to do it. And I'm not just talking like the mediumship or whatever. I'm talking about also the healing side of things. Yeah. You've got to do it this way. You've got to do it that way. And I'm going to
be doing with that. Can't be doing with that.
No, we're all individuals. And I remember the time when, you know, we were in like group little circles doing readings. And yeah, I was petrified. You know, I'm not going to lie there because I thought, oh my God, you know, because I'm not used to doing it face to face. You know, I normally don't see anybody at all. I don't want to know you.
But why was that then? Was there something behind that? Or?
No, I just find it a distraction.
Yeah.
You know, I was like that at school. I still am. I'm very, very, very distracted person. Right. Like if someone's talking to me now, or I saw someone go past, I'll go like that. I just can't help it. It's just the way I am. So I just close all the doors.
Oh, I see. So it was disturbing your sort of, you know,
focus.
Your energy, what you needed to do.
Yeah. I'm getting better at it now though, because I've been doing the fairs with Kev and my Bright Spirit fairs. So I've been getting a little bit.
We better give him a plug. I mean, Kev Hooper. Mind Body
Kev Hooper, Mind Body Spirit Fairs.
He's such a nice guy. Yeah, we've got one coming up. Do you know?
On the 4th of
September. Do you know what it is?
Is it the Horizon? Is Kev there? Kev might be there actually.
I don't know.
Is he not there?
He is. No, he's probably doing something. Hey, you're going to do a psychic event on the 20th.
Oh, here it is. It's I am. The 20th. I'm definitely doing the 4th. I know that much.
Oh no, the 20th is in the evening. He's got a guest speaker doing a psychic reading. And he's got me and Leslie doing a half-hour talk. I'm going to be talking about hypnosis and all that sort of stuff.
Cool.
I'm going to be talking about the bars therapy she does.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've actually
I was going to ask you about that. What do you think about that then? You know, have you ever come across that before?
That's the first time I've come across it. I can't comment apart from what I just said because I haven't experienced it. I would like to experience it, and then I'll give you my input.
I had a session with her. She gave me a session.
Did you?
And I've got to say, I mean, I've done a lot of work on myself, Helius, you know, a real lot of work. So I feel very free. I'm a very joyful, happy person. I'm very lucky. But I felt incredibly relaxed. The only time I'd felt more relaxed than that was when I had the cacao, you know, the chocolate cacao. It's called cacao, isn't it?
No.
You don't know it?
No.
Yeah, the Amazonians have it. It's like raw chocolate, you know, straight from the beans.
Oh, lovely.
It's supposed to be really good for your heart chakra and all this. And I felt incredibly relaxed on that. And so anyway, I had the bars with her, and I was taken aback at how it just completely relaxed every single atom of my body, and it probably did help me in some way, in a subtle way, maybe, you know, because there's things going on we're not even aware of it, that we're being helped, and we only notice it later on and stuff, maybe, and we notice we've changed a little bit or whatever.
Right, so this is what you know, when people have things like diseases within the body, 9 out of 10, even sometimes some people might say it's always caused by, you know, by past past hurt, past trauma, which I haven't dealt with, and then it manifests. If we can just learn to accept things like what we do, you know, and do it on a regular basis. And personally, I say that schools in the UK, or even all over the world, and they do it in China, is learn kids to meditate.
Absolutely.
You know, first thing in the morning, learn to meditate.
I often wonder why they don't. I mean, it'd be really easy. I know there are some schools that sort of do this. I mean, my daughter went to like a school in the forest, where they were mixed class, and it was Krishnamurti sort of school, if you know who he is. And they used to meditate. Yeah, so some of them do it. But you're right. This is we need to develop the children. You know, meditation's perfect for that. It's not difficult, to develop, is it?
Yeah, I mean, there's all different kind of meditations to do for different things. But if schools introduce meditation to help kids calm their minds,
exactly.
So can you imagine if every school in the United Kingdom alone just did that? How would the kids grow up? How would they feel? How would their lives be? There will be a lot less violence, even possibly no violence, if everybody in the world did it.
Absolutely.
Because there's all this anger that we've got. It's not good.
I'm quite big on that with my own children. I've got an 11-year-old and a 14-year-old, and I've taught them not so much meditation, but I've taught them techniques that like really can work. Like emotional freedom technique, a tapping technique on the meridian points, and often it can dissolve emotions instantly. So I've taught them all these little things, which I wish I'd got taught that when I was a kid, because we need to educate them on how to manage stress, and meditation, other techniques, like you say. Yeah, definitely.
No, you're right. It is all about educating people, because when people don't understand what we do, they get fearful. And, a lot of times it's fearful because they have lack of knowledge. They don't understand it. So I've never, ever, and I will never do it. I will never push my beliefs, my experiences on someone else that hasn't asked. If anybody wants my advice, my input, my help, my guidance, then absolutely, I will do my best, and I'll give it from my point of view. But then obviously it's up to them in the day as well to go in, research, experience it, try it before you start mocking things,
No, absolutely.
And we can do so much help in the world, and it's
well, something definitely. I mean, do the angels ever tell you any sort of information? Like, like I had a lady on this channel. She does future life progression, and she can actually take people into their futures. And she's worked with the military and all sorts of stuff. They've seen things happen. So, like, I forgot where I was going there.
Because you were zoning out, wasn't it?
I was like, it does happen.
Because you were getting relaxed.
Yeah.
Do the ones that I work with do that with me? Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
So you've never asked any questions like, "Hey, come on, guys, what's going on in the world?"
Constantly asking questions. That's one thing people make mistakes. Is at the beginning they don't ask questions. I always ask questions. The teacher, my first teacher, was trying to get annoyed because I always kept asking questions.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, I want to know why. When someone says to me, it's because of this, I always say, why? I'm like a little kid, keep asking why, but you do need to know.
Yeah. I don't know what your thoughts on this, but I actually truly believe that every individual on the planet, because I know this might sound a bit mad, but I don't believe there's such a thing as good or bad, right? I think there's people that have like had very difficult childhoods, and it can affect them, and they can go a particular pathway, which some people would perceive as bad, because we have this human construct of bad and human construct of good. But essentially, I don't actually believe that exists. And like, things are just happening, but we associate our emotions to what's happening. So that's where we put the idea of good and bad against it, if you see what I mean. So what I was trying to say was that I believe that every person that's born, and you'd be able to correct me on this, because you obviously you're well in with the angels, you know, do you think that it's true that everybody is literally a beautiful manifestation of existence, and they're taking part in this beautiful dance on this planet, but we've got free will to be, whatever we want to be, but it's all unconditionally loving on the basis of it all?
Okay, that's a really big, long subject. Okay, if I go on, tell me to shut up.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
End session.
Yeah.
That's
I'm just interested in your thoughts. Cool.
That's a really interesting one. Is there good people, bad people? Yeah, I suppose it depends on how you look at it, doesn't it? And it depends what the definition of bad and good is.
Objective thing, you know.
If we go back to the bit where I said, we're all on here, we're all on a journey, we're all individuals, we're all on different journeys. Every single one of us is on different journeys. We've all had past lives. We've all had at least one past lives, whether you believe it or not, that's entirely up to you, but we've all had. So every incarnation, obviously, we have to learn lessons. What that lessons is, well, it depends what your journey, your lessons are, but we have to go through a cycle where, this might sound a bit awful, but this is what I've been told years ago, is that, we will have to go through the cycle where we're male, we're females, we are rich, we are poor, we suffer from this, we suffer from that, dare I say this, we're rapists, we're murderers. We have to go through that cycle. We have to go through that cycle.
So the way you're like, it seems like you're saying, and which is what I believe, that essentially we're all beautiful manifestations of life, but we are doing all these things because there's because we've got things to learn from it. So like, I know, like, there'll be people watching this and they won't be agreeing with me because awful things have happened to their children or whatever, and it sort of sound probably dodgy. But like, like something could have happened to me to give me the opportunity to learn forgiveness, possibly, that sort of idea. And I mean, if anyone's watching and anyone's had anything really awful happen in their lives, and they're probably thinking, well, how dare he say that or whatever. Sorry, my apologies, but it is what it is.
The thing is that some people are not blinded, but again, they're not educated. They don't know. They're not in the space that we're at. Again, as I said before, go back to my past. I mean, I told you, I never believed in this stuff. I have to experience it.
I find that fascinating.
I mean, I can sit here all day and someone can tell me this and that, and I'm like, that's wow, cool, but it doesn't mean that I will believe in what they're saying. So I will seek out and try and get the experience and the proof for myself. So I can only tell you and tell others what I've experienced, which is the real thing, and what I'm being told by spirit. And they never lie to me. They absolutely never lie to me. But there are obviously some people who are on a good journey, but they just got to learn that one little thing, and they're still doing really bad things because they're not getting it. They're not getting it. One, because they're not listening, and secondly, they've got free will. They can do what they want.
Well, this is what I'm talking about. So essentially, there is no good or bad. In truth, at the deepest levels. I mean, on a human level, there is, obviously, because that's part of our upbringing. We're learned to what's good and bad, aren't we?
Yeah.
But if you're coming from the angle we're coming from, they're all part of a process, a learning process.
Yeah, part of the learning process.
Yeah, exactly. Which has no condition. It's
a
like,
bit hard for some people to digest.
It is a little bit, yeah. Maybe I'm going a bit funny.
I mean, I don't listen to news. I don't pick up a paper and read up. I don't do any of that. I've never have done, and I refuse to do it.
No.
You know, and people say, well, why not? You need to know what's going on in the world. If I need to know what's going on in the world and it's important, I'll hear it from someone else.
You will. Same, exactly like me, Helius, exactly like me. I mean, like, I don't really need to know what's going on in the world, to be fair, because often there's not a lot I can do about it. But there's one thing I can do, and that is be the best version of myself that I can be every day, and let that be a reflection on others. And that's how I change the world. That's, you know.
That's it. So you're probably doing what I'm doing, because the reason why I'm doing it as well is, as I said before, I'm here for a reason, and my reason is, no matter how hard my journey is or my life is, because it's not easy. I can tell people it's not easy. Is there to help people to get back on track.
Yeah.
Now this is the way I'm working now, since I've been doing the angelic, combining the angelic healing of light with the Reiki, is we go deeper.
Yeah.
We're going to the point where obviously I get them to fill out a consent form, you know, with any issues that they want me to deal with. And then I go as deep as I can to find out what is causing the problem.
Okay.
What is the issue? What is going on? And then, then obviously we deal with that issue. It's a bit like past life progression, but obviously I go in there with them.
Excuse me.
That's okay. And, you know, we'll kind of somehow try and get that pulled out.
Yeah.
And then send that energy area light.
Yeah. I mean, it's similar to what I do. Like, for instance, say you were afraid of lifts, going in lifts. I've got a technique that can change your internal representation of your belief about being afraid of lifts. And then afterwards, there's a good chance they won't be afraid of it. So you're doing a very similar thing, but just in a different way, in a way. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's good.
Healing. I
love it. I mean, I love all these different, you know, different people, different techniques, different styles, because it goes back to we're all individuals.
Of course.
Because someone might not like angelic Reiki, but someone might be drawn to doing Reiki.
Yeah.
You know, someone might not like angelic Reiki or Reiki. Someone might like to go to spiritual healing. So really, in a way, having all these different things, whether we agree with it or not, that doesn't matter.
No.
We're all individuals. Go with where you feel you're drawn to. And then once you feel that your journey's finished where you are at, move on, do something else. But this is where I feel I should be doing, and this is what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, no, you probably agree. It's a beautiful feeling when you're working with somebody and they, I mean, for me, it's all about freedom, you know, like they get it. They get like a sense of freedom because they're letting go of something that's been holding them back, you know. But the biggest flaw of, I mean, we're like so incredible. Our brains are the most incredible thing that in the known universe, you know. It has all these flaws, man, you know. It's like I mean, this is only what I believe, but like Dave, my identity, although I think I'm running the show, I ain't. It's all my past experiences and everything I've ever done that's pretty much all automatic, and like, you know, so that's why it's so difficult for people to move out of circles of behavior, because it's just like habitual, you know, because they're unable to recognize it. And I think, I don't know if you agree, when you recognize something, you then have the choice to keep it or leave it, you know. But most people, I see this is the biggest flaw in the brain. I really do. That there's so many people walking around with all this crap in their lives, and they're not even aware of what's actually creating it, because it was something that maybe possibly happened to them when they were like 8 years of age, and it's had this crazy bearing on their life, and they don't even know about it. It doesn't make sense to me. You see what I mean?
It's true. Yeah, it's, you know, it's like I don't want to go into details, but it's like my mother. She had cancer, and she passed away in January this year. But she was fighting for 4 years. I mean, I didn't know until like a year and a half later. And I knew deep down that I thought, my God, she's not supposed to have it. She's got it because of X, Y, and Z. If I can try and get her alone and say, look, you know, I might be able to help you if you allow me to help you, you know, which I kind of did, and I saw a massive difference. And she was on chemo and everything, and she was a massive difference. And it was like 4 days after chemo, she should be in bed. She shouldn't be able to walk. She was up and running around like a headless chicken.
Wow.
And I'm like, Mum, hello, look, it's done you good. But she had a bit of experience, a spiritual experience afterwards.
Right.
So don't worry about that.
Yeah.
You know, because the next one won't be like that. It will be a lot more gentle. You know, but unfortunately, she didn't take my advice, and you know, and she's gone. But it's.
Are you able to communicate with people that have gone? Helius?
I'm a medium as well. Yeah.
That's what I mean. So you do.
That's what I'll do. I can do that because I don't need to. That's normal for me. That's
really.
That's natural.
So can you be like chatting to someone and you'll get some information sort of thing? That can happen to you just like that, or do you have to be?
If I want to do it, if someone, you can get some spirits who are quite they're very persistent, they're very very persistent, and then I will feel them behind me. But because I've made boundaries.
Yes.
At the very beginning, because when I first opened up, it was just crazy. I mean, I couldn't go to the toilet.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the one time when I did a reading, I went to the toilet. It sounds quite rude. Went to the toilet, and the little boy just popped up.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay. I thought, no, I'm not having this. And my son said to me, "You've got to have boundaries." So I set boundaries, so they know they cannot come. But if it's someone like family, straight in, they're allowed, and they go. Yeah, I mean, my mum came to me 3 times, and I heard the day is clear.
So is it? I know we're going off track a little bit with the angelic healing.
Sure.
But it's fascinating. God, don't lose it again, Dave. Are they? Do you see them like what they were like on the physical plane? Do they have similar personalities and stuff like that? Yeah.
Yes.
So do you think that when we pass over, when we leave the physical body, I truly believe we can't just not exist anymore in some shape or form because we're energy, and you can't destroy it. So do they have a choice over there? Have you been told whether they have a choice? They can go into another physical life, or even on other planets or something, or different universes or whatever. Maybe, I don't know.
That's a very good question, and I can definitely answer that. My battery in my laptop is going to run out. End of part 1. Just let me check, see how long have I got. I don't want to sort of talk. I've got about 7 minutes left on my battery.
Okay, well we'll close after that. Yeah, so we'll close.
Okay. Yeah, I've forgotten the question now. Do they have a choice to?
Like when you go over the other side, same personalities. Do you, can you have a choice to stay in spirit? And when you're in spirit, what is your role there? Do you just chilling out? Are you watching your family and helping them and all that sort of stuff?
That's a really good question. That's a huge question, but I try
a little bit. Sorry.
Yeah, I try and squash it. Yeah. Is there an afterlife? Yes. Yeah. Are there different levels in the afterlife? Yes. Okay. Why are there different levels in the afterlife? It depends what level you're on the earth plane when you pass over. Yeah. For example, someone who's on a more spiritual level and is more connected than someone who's basically, I don't want to say bad person, but
asleep to it maybe.
Down there a little bit. Yeah. They would go on one level and they would go on that level because the vibration, the energy, is completely different.
Right.
But then obviously where we go is exactly the same place. It's just different levels.
Okay.
Yeah, because the lower person can't go on a high vibration because of what they're vibrating at when they're crossed over.
Yeah.
So do we have roles? Yeah, we do have roles. What that role is, I can't say.
Yeah.
I can't say. It's the individual person's role. I don't know that.
Yeah.
Do we have a choice to come back? Yes and no. Okay. If you have a choice to come back, it means basically you haven't learned what you're supposed to have learned. You haven't had enough lifetimes.
Yeah.
So you have a choice to come back. Absolutely. Yeah. If you don't have a choice to come back, that means you've learned everything. Then you have another role in spirit, which could be helping children, helping someone like ourselves do our work.
I see.
It just depends. It just depends.
Wow, fascinating.
Have I answered that?
Yeah, you have, to be fair. You have. What about different? Like, is this the have they ever told you this is the only planet in the known universe? I wouldn't.
No, there are other planets, and there are other.
And maybe you can choose to go to them, or maybe even come back as an animal, possibly from a human.
This is a good question. I got told you cannot come back as an animal, but then other mediums said yes, you can. I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
No, you cannot. Can you go to different universe? You can visit, but you can't incarnate into another universe.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Let me just put this up for you, Helius, because we've got a banner here, and I've got this. There we go. It's where people can find you, my mate. Let's talk about this before your battery goes. Yeah, so people can go on here. This is the About Us. I've got another one, which is the actual main page. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's the website.
So if anyone wants to work with you, for instance, they can go onto your site. Obviously, they can connect with you there.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and
this is with psychic readings and also the angelic Reiki healing. Yeah.
Yeah, I do angel card readings. Absolutely. I can do it long distance as well, so you don't have to physically be in front of me.
Okay.
So
I might have to get a reading off you one day. It's quite fascinating. Absolutely.
It is weird because I keep seeing something to do with alcohol around you, and I don't know what that is.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Yeah. I don't drink that much, to be fair.
No, it might be
on a Saturday night. I can drink half a bottle of wine or maybe a bit more. Yeah.
To me, a little zip is alcoholic now.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
No, absolutely. It's funny actually you say that because maybe this is just my belief system, but my body is like, how can I say it? I mean, I've never gone too extreme on anything. Yeah, I've managed to be quite controlled. Yeah, but I've done like diets where they've been extreme, and so I'm here, there, and everywhere, extreme and not extreme. And now I'm starting to find a bit of a balance with things, whether it's alcohol, food, or whatever. And I'm one of these people I truly believe if I put my food in a microwave, it ain't going to affect my body one iota. Do you see what I mean? I've got this belief system. So like if I have I smoke a vape and that doesn't affect my body whatsoever. I know this sounds mad, but that's my strong belief system, if you see what I mean. So whether it is or it isn't, I don't know. And so a lot of people would say it is probably, but it's a lot about the belief system. If you're eating them going to McDonald's eating a burger and your thoughts are, "God, this is no good for me," that energy of that burger is going to change to this isn't good for me. You're putting that energy into your mouth. Oh, I think he's gone. His battery's gone. Okay, well look, didn't get a chance to say bye-bye because I was rabbiting on about different things there. Helius, if you can still hear me, thank you for coming on. Maybe you can plug yourself back in before we finish. I don't think he's going to be able to. Okay, everybody, I hope you found it interesting. I really have. I love all that sort of stuff. If you want to get some angelic Reiki healing from Helius, then here's his website. I've met Helius. He's a lovely bloke, and his main thing about his life is helping people, and that's a beautiful thing. Oh, what have we got here? Here he is. Yeah, he's back. Oh my God, I was just telling everyone what a fantastic man you are, Helius.
So now I can't hear him. I can't hear you.
Can't hear me. You're joking.
No, on the mobile.
Bugger. Well, look, I was just saying we're gonna close it off now, but you can't hear me, so I'll call you in a minute, okay? So everyone that's been watching, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I think we're gonna have to get Helius on again at some point because we did go. Well, I took him off track quite a bit there, so I just want to say thank you to everyone that's been watching. And if you enjoy the videos that we do every week, then please like and subscribe. It's really useful to get the messages out there so that everyone can see the different things that are available to us to help us. So thanks for watching, and we will see you again next week. And next week we have we have Sabrina Thomas, who's going to be talking about meditation, and it's going to be really interesting. So you got to tune in for that. So thank you for watching, everybody. Bye.